now. And you're welcome to get a copy of the recording by writing your email address in the chat box for the people who are new or people who whose email address I don't have. Otherwise, Holger, again, thank you, Holger, posts the recordings on YouTube and on my Facebook page. So if you can just sit comfortably, and this is a meeting of friends, and be comfortable. Relax, let go of whatever was on your mind a few minutes ago, whatever tasks you need to accomplish later. Don't worry about them for now. Later on, whatever thoughts are needed will arise for you. So it's just for now, simply enjoy being. We are so often busy thinking, planning, and fixing things, but for the next hour or so, let's just simply be and celebrate being and explore our experience. So during this meditation, you don't need to do anything. Let things be done through you. Whatever thoughts arise for you, just let them be. Observe them without any fixation. And turn your attention to the sensations within your body. If you notice any contraction anywhere within your body, it's not a problem. Simply invite yourself, invite it to relax, to be as it appears. Don't make a problem out of anything right now. And you know, we have a habit of expecting things and projecting. But for now, simply be without seeking any particular experience, any particular state. in everything we do. We are seeking peace and happiness. Whether we are seeking a happy relationship or a healthy body, or a nice house, or peace in the world, we are seeking to be happy and peaceful and free. This is what we enjoy. In the absence of problems, sweet relationships, in the absence of the sense of lack, the absence of judgment, judging oneself or judging others. The peace and happiness that does not depend on any condition. And the peace and happiness which does not come and go, notice the tranquility in this moment. The absence of separation. No concerns. The breath, the body, effortlessly. This movement we call the breath. just as it is. An image may appear, a thought, a memory, just an image on the screen. No need to give it any importance. We don't need to recollect the past in this moment of presence. In fact, in this moment of presence, there is no such thing as a past or a future. So, just a piece of being. We don't need to travel to the past, go into thoughts and find some problems and issues to resolve. We don't need to do that in this moment of awareness. There is no effort involved in hearing these words. In sensing your feet on the ground, your back against the chair or the couch. No effort. And in this moment, you don't need to imagine yourself to be a person, a man, a woman, somebody. You don't need to. You don't need to imagine yourself to be a son, a daughter. Because you don't need to be a son or a daughter to hear these words. The hearing is taking place effortlessly, irrespective of any images you may have of yourself. In fact, No images of yourself are necessary. No identification is necessary in this moment. Because you are not being asked to be a man or woman, a person. Nobody is asking you about the history of the body, the history of your family. Notice that before I am a person, I am a man, a woman. Before I am somebody, there is simply I am. Presence. Notice that this I am is undeniable. You know you are, I know I am. But I do not know what I am. And I don't need to. I don't need to know what I am or define consciousness in any way in order to hear these words, perceive the sensation of my feet on the ground. Notice that all is well in this moment of amness, this moment of being. Devoid of defining I, defining myself as a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, a teacher, a student. That this definition, defining myself, is unnecessary for the peace and the tranquility of this moment right now. Notice that you find the peace and the happiness in being, in this moment of being. without the limitations of being somebody that you have to defend, somebody that you have to polish, somebody that you have to worry about. In this moment of it's absent of identification. Awareness is at peace and happy. I, awareness. I'm at peace and happy. Effortlessly. I do not need to do anything, attain anything. To be the effortless, causeless freedom, peace and happiness. Which is in abundance in this moment. So if you have any questions, anything that you would like to explore, to share. There is a question that was emailed to me, which I will respond to at some point during this meeting. But for now, if you have any questions, please make sure to unmute your mic. And keep in mind that my question is everybody's question. Your question is my question. So any questions, anything you would like to explore? Well, Nicole, yes. Okay, so let me then read the question that was emailed to me. So I'd like to address a question for satsang, if you don't mind. I have to work and I don't know if I will be able to attend. Please send the recording. I have been with a partner for less than a year. We share a lot of tenderness, sweetness, and love. But the things we like and enjoy doing in life are very different. And I've been feeling that we are not compatible. I love the beach, surfing, and living in nature, far from crowds and traffic. She gets bored on the beach, and her whole life is related to the city. We're living together in her place. I'd rather find a place in nature where I don't have to deal with traffic and buildings. When the weekend comes, I feel the desire to run away from the city to spend the weekend surrounded by salty air, palm trees, iguanas, and surfing. It sounds nice. And the same for vacations. It's one of my passions, and I have been like this for many years. I even keep visualizing myself fully living by the ocean. We've tried to find a midpoint where we can meet, but I feel that I am forcing myself. I feel guilty and think that maybe I'm selfish and that I should give up doing what I like and do what adapts to her. There is a lot of love, but I feel this dynamic won't last long. This is not what I want, but there are thoughts that say that given that I am awareness, I should be happy and satisfied in any situation. And my egoic desires are not important. Well, right now you are living with her, with your partner, and you don't have a place of your own. So there must be some conditions, some reasons why this is unfolding this way. Maybe there are financial reasons or some other relationship reasons. So in a way, for now, you are living in the city. So I wonder whether until this situation changes, maybe your financial situation changes, where you can afford to live where you love to live. That's not the case, it seems, right now. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm assuming it's not the case. So then what is available to you is to go into nature, go to the beach, and sounds like you love the beach and the palm trees and surfing, to go there as often as you can and enjoy your time there, whether you're going with your girlfriend, with your partner or not. Because you don't need to necessarily go to the beach with your partner if she doesn't enjoy it. She can enjoy spending her time in the city, I don't know, whatever, shopping, dining, whatever. And you can enjoy your time at the beach as much as possible until the situation changes where you can afford or where the opportunities are available to you to live, to rent or purchase a property by the beach. At that point, you could discuss that with her. That would be a bridge that you will need to cross later on. You don't need to cross this bridge now. But you can have some time at the beach, enjoying yourself and live in the city. So the main thing is not to be unhappy. Now, I titled this meeting, Can Happiness Be Found in the World or in the Body or in the Mind? And if you believe that happiness can be found by the beach, then you would be sorely disappointed, because any happiness that you find around on the beach, you can lose it. Happiness that you're looking for is not the type that you get by the beach or by avoiding the city. Having said that, it's very clear for you that you enjoy nature, you enjoy the beach. So you do your best to spend time at the beach, to go to the beach. You don't have to do it with her. And but your happiness doesn't depend. It's important for you to be clear that your happiness doesn't depend on that. Nor does your happiness depend on you being in a relationship with your girlfriend. So in your relationship with your girlfriend, you can be very transparent. You can speak, what you love, and she can speak what she loves, and you can still be in relationship as with not necessarily sharing the exact same interests. You have to allow each other's freedom. You have to allow her freedom to do what she wants. If she wants to be in the city, live in the city, and the freedom that you allow her is the same freedom that she would be better off allowing you, of going to the beach and enjoying your time at the beach. Now you say that you are forcing yourself. So you need to take a look at that. Because when you're forcing yourself, you are unhappy, and you cannot be unhappy and she is happy. If you're unhappy, she's unhappy, guaranteed. It's not possible in a relationship for one party to be unhappy and the other one is happy. That's not possible. So if you are forcing yourself, to put up with something, you need to explore this unhappiness. Obviously, you feel you are forcing yourself to accept your girlfriend living in the city, but there are other conditions that are, because you are living with her, there are other conditions that are making you live with her. If these conditions change, then you could explore with her a different arrangement without forcing her. You don't want to force yourself, nor do you want to force her. There are many people who live, different in a relationship, but yet they have different interests. And in many cases, this brings an end to the relationship, and in other cases, it does not. But it doesn't matter. It's not about maintaining the relationship or keeping the relationship. It's about happiness. Happiness is happiness for all, for both parties. It's about freedom, freedom for both parties. You say, I feel guilty and think that I'm selfish. I don't think so. If you you like the beach, you enjoy the beach, that's how your body mind is responding, and there's nothing selfish about that. It would be selfish if you impose on her your point of view. But to share your point of view or to feel the way you feel is not selfish, it's how you feel. You are happy by the beach. Me too, I love being by the beach. Although I think I also love being by the mountains. You're saying that you have thoughts that, given that your awareness, you should be happy and satisfied in any situation. That's BS. Now, you see, let me put it this way. Not all body minds are the same. Some body minds, they're very athletic. They like to exercise, climb mountains, be outdoors. Some other body minds like to spend time reading and studying and reciting poetry. Some other body minds like science, and they like to think about scientific concepts. All body minds differ. So to say that you should be satisfied in any situation, it's like saying that somebody who is not scientifically inclined should be happy and satisfied as a scientist. No. That has nothing to do with awareness. That has to do with the body mind. So you have to understand that the body mind conditions, situations, what pleases it, what makes it happy, what works for it, differs from body mind to body mind. And you do your best to align your life with what interests you. If you're a musician, if you like music, it makes no sense for you to be a mechanic. But maybe life will present you a situation where you cannot play music and you have to be a mechanic to pay the bills. In that case, because the situation is requiring you to be a mechanic, then you do your best as a mechanic to make a living. And in your spare time, if you have spare time, you play some music. You don't make your happiness dependent on the body mind, but at the same time, you don't ignore the body mind completely. There is no formula that works for everybody. Every situation that you encounter is different. It depends how it's appearing to you in the moment, in this moment. So in your case, in this moment, you need to explore the possibility of enjoying your time at the beach, at the same time exploring the reasons why you are stuck in the city, given that you don't want to live in the city. And be patient, you work a step at a time. I remember years ago, I lived in New York City for 12 years. I previously, before coming to New York City, I was living upstate New York in beautiful countryside. I loved the mountains, the hills. I was really having such a wonderful time. But certain conditions changed. My mom got very sick and I had to leave my life upstate New York and come to live in New York City. And New York City is pretty intense. I lived there for 12 years. Yeah, there were challenging times. It was not where I really wanted to be, but there was Long Island. I used to go to Long Island. There was upstate New York, Bear Mountain and the Catskill Mountains, which are really beautiful. I used to go up, spend time in the Catskill Mountains. But my home was in New York City for quite a few years. And at some point, because my interest was to be more around more trees, more greenery, some point in time, 12 years later, I was able to leave New York City and to move into Northern Virginia, where there were more nature, more space, more but it has nothing to do with happiness, you see. I'm sure happiness depends on where you live. That's, it's a sad situation because you don't have control over the world. And I go with the flow. I go with the flow. In the same time, I express myself. I express myself to the universe. I express myself to myself. I express myself to my friends, my partner. I express myself I don't ignore myself. But at the same time, I am realistic about the situation that is facing me. Like, for example, for many years, I was working very, very overworking. I was overworking, and I didn't want to overwork. So I knew that I wanted to work less and less. But the situations was that I had a lot of responsibility, and I had to put in the hours. And in time, over many years, it's changed. I started making choices that led me to fewer hours of work and a better income. So it worked, but it took a while. But the key thing is that if your happiness depends on your job, on your relationship, on the politics, on any situation, you need to take a look at that. Anyways, I'm glad that you mentioned that you love each other, that you have very loving relationships. So you should be able to engage in a conversation and go out to the beach, go spend some time by the beach. Nicole, you wrote in the chat box that I have a question this time of year. It's hard for me, and I'm very sad. It's a time that my mom passed away 2 years ago. I have been trying to meditate to feel better. Is this something that works? What else can I be doing with the meditation? Like with my thoughts. Nicole, are you available to turn on your video? Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Nicole. Yes. 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 So, well, I'm sorry about the passing of your mom, and my mom passed too also, and my dad, a couple of my brothers. It's there is a sadness with the passing of a loved one. We even feel that way about our pets. When we have a pet, we're very close to our pet, and our pet passes. It's like a dear friend, because we share the love. We share the love together, you see. And we feel sad that we cannot share, the laughter, the meals together, conversations together, going for walks together, hugging each other, etc. We do miss that. But yet we are surrounded with opportunities to share the love with others, to hug friends, to be with friends and chat with them and listen and go for walks. And we are surrounded with that. I like the saying that love never dies. Of course, love never dies. Love is eternal, they say. Bodies come and go, forms come and go. In fact, in our experience, every day is millions of thoughts and millions of perceptions and millions of experiences are constantly appearing and disappearing moment by moment. There is a difference between a sweet sadness and suffering. In suffering, I'm perceiving myself as a body mind, and I'm perceiving the other as a body mind. So it's like I have lost something. It's like I lost my arm, or I lost my car, or I lost my bank account, or I lost something. Suffering is the result of the sense of separation. In love, in loving your mom, there is no separation. When you have a fond memory of your mom, at that moment, there is no separation. When you have a thought about your mom, there is no separation. When you have a loving feeling within your heart, there is no separation. Separation arises in thought. Where is my mom? How come I don't have my mom? How come I don't have this? Why did that happen? This shouldn't have happened. This, in thought, we experience ourselves as separate. As soon as we experience ourselves as separate, we are in need. We are in need of love. Because in love, we don't feel separate, right? In love, we don't feel separate. The only way we feel separate is as a person, as a body, as a person, you see? That's how we feel separate and unhappy. So in this moment, your mom and you are not separate.
Thank you.
Like in this moment, me and you, we are not separate. Not only that, in this moment, my mom, I, you, and your mom are not separate. Because we are the same consciousness. We are the same consciousness. We are the same essence. Same essence. Even if you have a pet and you lose your pet, the essence of your pet and your essence are the same essence. The essence doesn't die.
Right.
What we call death is just a change in the form, in that which we perceive. At one moment, we're perceiving our mom as a 40-year-old young mom. And then we perceive her as a 60-year-old mom. Is it the same mom? The 40, if you take a picture of your mom when she was 40, a picture of your mom when she's 70 or whatever, you put those two pictures together, you say, well, I know it's my mom because I've seen her, but you take it to a stranger, you don't tell them. You don't tell them, this is my mom. You say, look at this picture. And look at it, she says, oh, wow. Are they related? But you know, which one is your mom, you see? So your mom is not the body.
Right.
You look at your body when you were a 12-year-old, if you take a picture of yourself when you were 12, right?
Yeah.
You take a picture of yourself now, you ask yourself, I mean, you know it's you, but if you ask somebody else, you say, oh, who is this person? Okay. They'll have to look really closely. Oh, I think you have the same eyes, you know.
Yeah.
So which one is you? Are you the 12-year-old body, the 14-year-old body, the 20-year-old body? The same thing applies to your mom. When you say my mom, you're only referring to the love. You're not referring to her body.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. So whenever you refer to your mom, and you can do it anytime you want, you're referring to the love, you see. And the love, because we are not celebrating it like we're celebrating right now, our conversation, because you're not celebrating that with your mom, because the body mom is gone.
Right.
There is a sweet sadness. And that's okay. The sweet sadness is okay.
Thank you.
It's different from suffering. Yes.
Thank you. So, I feel better.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. So yeah, love your mom. Your mom is always there. We are the love. We are the love, and love is oneness. Love is oneness. So that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Because we know deep down that she's here, but not she's here as a body, but she's here as the love.
The love.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Nicole. Yes. Yes. Any questions? And in the meditation is sort of just being. You just sit comfortably and simply rest as being. And when you are resting as being, it's universal being. It's not just my being, it's one being. So it's not about an experience or a particular sensation or a particular mind state. No, it's just being. And in being is love. Love is being, which is consciousness. When we just simply be, then we are universal being. The being in me, the being in you, are the same being, one being, the same being, the same being. You see? It's the presence, the essence of that which we are. The essence of everything is this being, beingness, awareness. That there is no separation in awareness, in beingness. like the drops of water in the ocean, like the various waves in the ocean. Their essence is that the water. As water, there is no separation. There is no distance between me and you. As being, as truth, as reality, as love, as that which we truly are. Yes. That's beautiful meditation. That's meditation. Yes.
So beautiful, Magdi. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes, Nathan. Hello.
It just touches all here.
Yes.
Comes from the essence. Yes.
Yes.
A recognition.
Yes. 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 So in our life, because in our life there are a lot of things that are happening, you see. In our life, there are all sorts of things happening. But the things that are happening, they're happening within being. Like the waves, they happen within the ocean. Like, for example, right now, there is this experience of perceiving, speaking, whatever is going on here. This experience is happening within being, right? Within awareness, right? So in our life, to simply notice that everything that's happening in our life is happening within awareness. Its essence is awareness. When we come to that sense of that our life is awareness, then we are never really leaving awareness. We're never leaving the love. We're never leaving the oneness. We're never leaving the totality. We're never leaving the love. We're never leaving ourselves. Because myself and yourself is the one self. And everything that I experience as myself. Notice in this moment, you're experiencing this perception, this hearing, whatever you experience, you're experiencing it as yourself, not experiencing it out there somewhere. It's very, very intimate. You see, intimacy is love. It's love. So you don't need to think of yourself as a separate form, and that you need to get something in order to become complete. No, because then you are living with a sense of lack or a sense of incompleteness. Don't do that. You don't need to assume that position psychologically, that I need something, I'm missing something. The body may need something. The body may need some food, may need some rest, etc. But don't confuse yourself with what the body needs. Like you may have a car, the car needs fuel, but don't confuse yourself with the car, but the car needs fuel, therefore I need. Don't confuse yourself. Your garden needs to be watered or needs some fertilizer, right? Yeah, but don't assume for yourself that sense of lack. You follow? Don't assume it onto yourself. So that you are fulfilled every moment. Of course you are fulfilled every moment. And you are the fulfillment. You are the fulfillment. You meaning whatever you are, and the creation of your experience right now are one. See, there isn't any creation outside of yourself. Take a look in this moment. Isn't your experience an immediate moment of creativity? Creation is every moment is created freshly, freshly. And it's created out of yourself, out of consciousness. And it's not like you're going to experience it later. No, you're not going to experience your experience in 1 second or a half a second or a microsecond. It's instantaneously. It is fulfillment. Instantaneously, it's creativity and fulfillment. Instantaneously. But then the thought says, oh, well, I am missing something. In thought, you create some fictitious I. You create a fictitious me, a fictitious I, which has nothing to do with being right now, with presence. But that you buy into it. You say, yeah, oh yeah, I am missing something. I am missing something, but it's a fiction. It's a fiction, but that you buy into it. As soon as you buy into that fiction, that there is an I in me or whatever that's missing something, then you are in the realm of missing and seeking, and oh my God, I hope I get it. I hope it will satisfy me. I hope it will be the right size shoes, etc. The right size, the right color car, the right lottery ticket. You see, right? Yep. So be watchful of that. That make a distinction between your garden needing watering, the body needing food, the body needing company, because we are social animals. The body is a social animal. They live in tribe, like the elephant there behind Walter. They live in tribes. Don't confuse that with I. Otherwise, don't mistake yourself to be a particular body-mind. The body, I'm not saying there's no body, the body appears to you. You experience the body. There's no problem with that. We experience the body. We experience the body as hunger. We experience the body as tiredness. We experience the body as images. We experience the body as sensations, right? Right? That's our experience. I mean, this moment, you experience. I'm not going to say it's not, but of course, I'm experiencing my feet on the ground, my back, etc. We experience the body, you see. So you experience the body, meaning you're perceiving a sensation, maybe hunger, maybe tiredness, maybe toothache. You're perceiving a perception, a sensation, right? But the fact that you're perceiving a sensation, which we refer to as a body, doesn't mean that you are the object that you're perceiving. When you perceive an oak tree, you don't say, I am the oak tree, right? So for now, it's important to get clarity that I am that which perceives and not that which is perceived. You see, I am the awareness, the consciousness, and not the object, quote unquote. So that's the first stage of understanding. The second stage of understanding is to realize that everything you experience, your body as sensations, the world as perceptions, the mind as thoughts, everything you experience is made out of awareness, meaning it's not separate from the reality which perceives it. Right? So there isn't duality. There isn't duality between consciousness and the world, body, mind. But the first step of the understanding is to come to clarity, full clarity, that I refers to consciousness and that consciousness is love. And we all are this love. We all share this love. This is the first thing to come to understanding. So this is what has to be your first understanding about the real, the true, and only meaning of I. I doesn't mean a body, doesn't mean a female or a male body, doesn't mean a mother, a daughter, a son, a father. I refers to consciousness. Gotta get that clear in your mind. And then we can take it to the next step. But first you have to get really clear about that. Oh, Walter, yes, yes, Walter, you're right. May I read? Let me see. Okay, let's see. Yes, I just read Walter. Magdi, can I read a poem that is related to the passing of a loved one? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't see it earlier, Walter. Yes, please, yeah, please go ahead, Walter.
Thank you. Thank you. This was written due to the passing of a loved one. This is called Undiminished. On this day, as with countless days, many thousands of bodies began this exploration, and thousands of bodies fell, their purpose fulfilled. We honor those bodies, having walked beside them for a short time, each a unique vehicle, a point of view that lovingly held our gaze and reflected the same. We called them by a name and knew their person for a short time, a unique expression of the one being who experienced and celebrated existence with us. Their eyes no longer see and hands no longer touch, yet they have not gone as they did not arrive. Their changeful aspect ending, their unchanging reality shining, undiminished.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. You know, our purpose is God's purpose. It is God's purpose that is being purposed through our body minds. Thank you, Walter. This is really beautiful. I know that you are working on a book of poems. I can't wait until it is published.
Thank you. Very shortly.
Yes, well,
And I credit you with so much clarity. So thank you. Thank you for your contributions.
yes.
Beautiful, Walter. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, well, very lovely to be with you all. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Holly. Lovely to see you, Holly, Holger, Nathan, Nicole, Walter, George, Grace, Malcolm, Lisa, Shiva, Manoj, and Gisela. Thank you all.
Thanks, Magdi. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magdi.